Welcome to 10 Intentional Minutes with Janine. Let's dive into intentional living right now. Welcome to another episode of 10 Intentional Minutes with Janine. I'm glad you're joining me today. And today my question to you is, are you a flaker or are you a finisher? Why are you not finishing what you are starting? And how can we fix this? This is a truthful talk for the intentional ones. And let me say it just straight, talkers don't change the world, but finishers do. If you're always just setting goals, but really hitting them, you literally might be stuck in flaker mode. So today I'm calling it out. I'm calling you up to become the kind of person who doesn't just dream it, but actually delivers on purpose. This is Dr. Janine, and I'm your growth strategist and your intentionalist. And we're going to shift the conversation today to something that really might sting a little bit, but it could also shift everything for you. So let's talk about the two kinds of people that's in the room today. And also in every mirror, we've got the flaker and we've got the finisher. We all start off as dreamers. We have goals, we have vision boards, we have ideas, but somewhere along the line, most people get caught in the loop of trying instead of doing and just talking instead of finishing it. So let's break this down. If you are the kind of person that's called the flaker, then be honest with yourself and answer these couple of questions, because it's nothing wrong with you and you're not a bad person. You obviously mean well. You are full of plans. You have got promises. You've really got a good heart and intention and a lot of post-its. And you set deadlines, but you struggle to meet them. You make commitments, but they seem to always have a story behind them. Sometimes you just fill the room with noise, but really with value. Most of those people as a flaker, they talk more than what they take action. Sometimes they are just the master of over-explaining things and underperforming. And they would say, I'm working on it. I'm busy with this. And months goes by, years gone by, nothing is shipped, nothing launched, nothing lived, nothing sold. And let me be clear, flaking isn't a character flaw. It's a clarity flaw. And that's why I say good people with good intentions. There's just some of these things that they need help with. Flaking isn't a character flaw. It's a clarity flaw. And it's the result of a life that is misaligned with intention. Now, let's look at the finisher, or where you're striving to be at. The finisher is not necessarily the loudest, the smartest, or the most gifted person in the room, but they are the most consistent. They set a goal and reverse engineer how they're going to achieve it. They align their priorities with purpose. They show up when it's hard. They show up when it's easy. They show up anyway. They just don't show up when it's convenient. They show up. They don't chase applause. They don't crave that alignment. They just do what needs to be done. They are consistent in the things that they do. They are aligned with intention. The reason they do things is on purpose, for purpose. Finishers don't need hype. They don't need that applause. They have habits. They don't just have dreams. They have direction. When they set their mind to something, they achieve it. They go for it. They do it. And they finish not just because they can, because it is the kind of person that they are. So what is the difference here between the two? One word: intentionality. Intentionality is that power that makes finishing possible and purposeful. And like I said, they do so on purpose, for purpose. When you take your time and you align your time, your energy, as well as your effort with what truly, truly matters, the results are just done. It's just done. It's completed. It's finished. And they're fabulous. So this is what happens when the finisher steps up with focus. I want you to reflect on this intentional moment. Are you spending more time explaining why it's not done, what you're going to do, how it's going to happen, that business you want to open, that dream you want to chase? Or are you intentionally building the life and the business that actually aligns with your vision? Are you actually putting the action behind the purpose? Because the truth is, you don't need more goals. You don't need more goals. You just need follow through. You need follow through. If this hits home, or you're sitting there and you're listening and you're thinking, man, this could help a friend of mine. She's sitting in the same place. He's sitting in this same place. Then share this episode with someone that you know that's either stuck in Flaker mode, and give them that nudge that they need to help them to grow. Subscribe for more intentional moments. This is the place where strategy meets soul. And if you're ready to turn your potential into a plan, well, then let's speak about grit, because I have a program called Grit that's fueled with results. And come join us with our next intake of Marketing Cosmetics. We've already started our next intake for the second intake for this year. So entries are closed, but we are already open for February 2026. We are at JDC Exec and my podcast and our company. We don't just talk about strategy. We implement it. We finish it and we win with it. You can find the link in the podcast note. And remember, you were never called to be average. You were called to finish. This is Dr. J, and I'm signing off as your finisher in chief today. Have an awesome day, and thank you for staying intentional. Remember to stay in motion and to stay on mission. Thank you for spending these intentional moments with us today. Join our intentionalist community for purposeful business, spiritual, and life experience. As an international author, business strategist, and life coach, I've discovered the power of living with intention. Through my series of books on intentionality, I've shared insights on how to blend passion, power, and purpose to craft a life that not only enriches you, but also elevates those around you. Remember, being intentional is your God-given right to live a successful, rewarding, and prosperous life.